magician, the lover in you. Every single day, we are called to walk in our purpose. Answer the call. Lay down your burden and anything that holds you back and take your rightful place. The battle is everywhere. It's right in your face. Let's go.
Welcome to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. Success is your destiny. Yes. Love, wisdom, power. Remember, always who you are. Yes. Yes. I am love, wisdom, power. Yes. Yes. I am love. Yes. Power. Yes. I am love, wisdom. Yes. I am love, wisdom, power. Yes. Yes. I am wisdom, power. Master. Yes. I am. Yes. Love, wisdom, power. Yes. I am. Say to yourself. Yes. I am protected. Yes. I am master. I am relaxing.
I have a butt. Let's first begin by reading the medical disclaimer. The information provided on this channel is for educational and informational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health providers with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Never disregard professional advice or delay in seeking it, because if something you have heard on this channel, if you're experiencing a medical emergency, call your doctor or emergency services immediately. This channel does not endorse or recommend any specific tests, physicians, products, procedures, opinions, or other information that may be mentioned. Reliance on any information provided by this channel is solely at your own risk. Greetings and welcome to part 2 of the Trinity Revelation series here at Temple Mother Earth. I am Dr. Sanada Kamara alongside with King James, and we are the founders of this healing community based in Washington, D.C. It is truly an honor to have each and every one of you here tonight for this transformational experience regarding fungi, the real ancestral diet. So I'm asking everyone, please take a breath. Let's open our hearts and minds to receive this information. Take another deep breath for connection and allow our ancestors and guides to whisper in our ears as we travel through tonight's journey for healing and sovereignty. Tonight's gathering holds the potential to reconnect us for something ancient, something sacred, and something essential to our health and well-being: the incredible power of fungi in its connection to the ancestral diet. Before we move forward, we want to extend our greatest gratitude for crystals, magnets, pyramids for welcoming Temple Mother Earth into our community and onto this beautiful platform. Thank you for holding space where we share, learn, and heal together. We're honored to be together in community. So let me ask you this: what if the answers to healing illness, restoring balance, and reclaiming vitality have been with us all along, hidden in nature, and waiting for us to discover them? Our ancestors understood this truth, and they knew the power of fungi, not just as food, but as medicine, as our nourishment, and as the key part of our human design We are, after all, omnivores, fungivores, the immortal fungivore, eaters of fungi, biologically and spiritually designed to include it as part of our diets. Tonight, we're going to hear the rediscovery and reconnect to this wisdom. We will explore four key points that will transform the way you see food, health, and your connection to Mother Earth. The first thing is the healing power of medicinal mushrooms, how fungi support the body's natural ability to heal. Humans as fungivores, new word, fungivores, understanding that we are designed to thrive with fungi as part of our diet, growing and cultivating medicinal mushrooms, practical ways for bringing this ancient wisdom into our everyday life, and foraging medicinal mushrooms, the importance of reconnecting with the land and learning the sustainable practice of foraging. These are not just ideas, they are invitations to take action, to reconnect with the earth's natural medicines, and to step into the power of your own healing. Now, it's my deep honor to introduce tonight's guide, someone who has devoted his life to uncovering the profound connections between ancestral wisdom and modern health. Tmeedyah is an African Caribbean health researcher, healer, and visionary. He has spent years studying medicinal mushrooms and their role for healing, longevity, and vitality. Though his work the media has experienced countless individuals who reclaim their health and their connection to the natural world. What makes him unique is his ability to weave ancient knowledge with practical tools that we can all use. He simplifies the complex, clarifies the confusion, and empower us to take charge of our own well-being. So I ask, you're ready to open your heart and mind to a new understanding of healing? Are you ready to step into alignment with Mother Earth, our ancestors, and the wisdom that has been waiting for you? If so, then you're exactly where you're meant to be. This is your opportunity to hear truths, to have the power to transform not only your health, but the way you live, breathe, connect with the world all around you. It is my absolute honor to welcome the one and only Tmeedyah. Give him a warm welcome, everyone, as we talk to him and engage. Hank, can you take us to the PowerPoint? Thank you.
Sonata, let him know that he has no sound. We can't hear him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs right now.
I want to thank you, family, for being patient. We're doing a dual broadcast on magnets, crystals, pyramids, and also on Instagram. So this is the first time we're having a presentation from Temple Mother Earth that is based in DC. And those who know, Washington, DC is receptive to doing entheogenic ceremonies. So uh, it's not an issue such as you might find in other areas. We're still working on getting him some sound, uh, but just so that you know we appreciate you, please put in the comments what part of the world you are listening in from. If you're listening in from a city, town, state in the States, what country or what planet, because we have an audience that goes beyond Earth's surface. So while we're waiting for the sound to be produced, I want you to tune in to this opening presentation to remember you are divine, having a human revelation. Welcome to being incarnated on planet Earth. You are now gifted with the supernatural abilities because of our planet passing through a sector of the universe that activates God DNA within every man, woman, child. You are the new keeper of the flames of love. You are the keepers of supernatural powers when you invoke I am. And you are the gatekeeper of miracles every day in every way. I salute you in the spirit of Ubuntu. Ashe, Aho, Donada, Wado. So let it be. Family, I am here with a magical moment of young musicians. And this is Kim, Sister Kim, and she has a message about investing into the future musicians of our community. Sister Kim, tell us what you got here.
Hi, everyone. Kim, proud parent of children at the Big Apple Leadership Academy for the Arts. We teach HBCU high-stepping marching band to our kids from age 5 and up. It is a free after-school program, tuitionless, and it's open to all. Our kids are amazing. If you can, jump on our website. We're looking for support, donations. Our kids need new instruments so that they can high step on. Our website is www.balaa.org, BALAA.org.
Hey, can you hear us backstage?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And so, family, listen up close.
Yes.
We're talking about investing in the artists of tomorrow. By investing in them, if you have a little expendable change to invest in the youth, the genius, this is the opportunity. And in this description on this video will be the details of sending your donation to PayPal or Zelle or Cash App.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you for your support. Our children are the future. Okay. Hold on. We got the technical issue. What's happening?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, we're live. Okay, now presenting. Yo, bro, you got to adjust the camera, man. We're looking at your chest, not your face. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Hold on, family. We got it right here. Here we go. Okay, do your thing, brother.
All right. Everybody go ahead.
I don't think you need the mic.
No, your sound is jacked, brother.
All right. Okay, so
That's better.
Hallelujah. Welcome everyone. We had a little technical glitch, but we're moving forward with the program right now. We got some fantastic information for you tonight that's going to give you a profound revelation in how we need to move forward to attain true health, perfect health. The human body is designed to be in much better shape than it's in these current generations that we find ourselves in. Diseases is rampant on the earth, and dietary confusion. People don't know what to eat. There's so many avenues. There's so many concepts. There's so many quote unquote authorities out there that's trying to guide the people
All right,
into
hold on,
what
brother.
they
Hold on.
should be eating.
Tmeedyah,
Yeah.
you just lost video, brother. We can't see you.
Well,
We can't see you. There's no video.
he said he just lost video.
When to turn the volume on.
Yeah, we lost the video, man.
One moment.
Okay, you're back.
Okay.
Okay, can you talk? Can you put that on mute?
Yeah, mine is on mute. And you can turn this off.
Yeah.
You can turn this off.
Can you unplug this?
So
Ugh.
it's not this, it's
This is muted.
that, and the computer also, right?
Yeah.
The speaker.
All right.
There it is.
Everybody good? All right then. Excellent. So continuing on. Okay, so what we're gonna do today, we're gonna be covering the kingdom of Yah, the kingdom of fungi. Okay? We're gonna be talking about fungi today and dispel a lot of myths about dietary confusion that is prevalent in this age, because what we see right now is that you have people following various types of diets. Some people following vegetarian diet. Some people are carnivores, keto. You have the raw foodists and a lot of in-between types of programs that people are following. Yet, when you really look at the people who practice in these types of diets long term, they're dying like regular people. Even after all of these disciplines, it's like we don't really see the lifespan being expanded. So we're going to challenge that today and actually find out what should we be eating. What's the authoritative source to find out what to eat? Because right now, like I said, we live in an age of just confusion. However, it's also an age of hyperliteracy. You have a lot of books out there. People know how to read and write. I mean, it's a flood of information, but discerning through all of that, what we should be doing has been a challenge up until today, where we're going to definitively look at what people actually should be consuming. All right. So we're going to look at this word disproportionate. The definition is in a manner or to an extent which is out of proportion, inadequate, or excessive, in contrast to balance, symmetry, agreement, and harmony. Now, in particular, right, African Americans have a higher mortality rate than any other broadly defined racial ethnic group for most cancers and other leading causes of death. So what this is saying is that Black people in particular, man, we catching it the worst, right? We're 15% of the population, yet we're leading in a lot of these illnesses, terminal illnesses, right? And so we have an acute need for some of the best medicine, because obviously we have not been taken care of properly. We have something is wrong here, something huge is wrong. And this not only applies to Blacks, but everybody is getting cancer. Diabetes, heart attack, strokes, dementia. Why is this that the families of the earth are suffering all these illnesses? Okay, we're going to go into the Bible a little bit. And this is a book that we cannot ignore. We have to unpack what's really written here. So we could actually find the authoritative voice, the authoritative truth in terms of how are we supposed to manage our diet, period. That's what we need to know. What are we supposed to eat? So in the scriptures, in the book of Genesis, and the book of Genesis is a very important book because in this book, you find historical records of men that lived into their 900s, right? And to modern day man, it could sound mythical, right? Like, how could a man possibly live that long? That don't make sense because we don't have any examples anymore of people living into their 900s, right? A man nowadays, he could barely live to 100 years old. And even if he reaches 100, the quality of life is so poor, they kind of look like zombies, like they're about to die anyway. So to think about a man has the capacity to live for 900 years, even 200 years seem far-fetched. So we're going to investigate the truth about what is actually the ideal. So, and Yah said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. So here in the Genesis, we find that Yah, he is telling man that his food is supposed to come from trees, right? The fruit of a tree yielding seed. These are the generations of the heaven and earth when they were created, in the day that Yah made the earth and the heavens. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. And that is written, for Yah had not caused it to rain upon the earth. So it was a time in the beginning, in the Genesis, where rain was not coming down out of the sky, right? As we know in this time that we live in an era of the earth where rain is a normal circumstance, right? But in the beginning, it didn't have rain. What did it have? And there was not a man to till the ground, but there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. So in the beginning, in the Genesis, it was a different atmospheric environment, different atmospheric condition, where it wasn't rain coming down from the sky, it was mist coming up from the ground, okay? And that's very significant. We're going to come back to that in a little while. And Yah planted a garden eastward in Eden, right? Garden of Eden. And there he put Adam, whom he had formed. And out of the ground made Yah to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. The tree of life also in the midst of the garden. So you're seeing this narrative is primarily centered around trees, okay? Genesis is talking about trees and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And Yah took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. Actually, this states in the Hebrew language, it says he took Adam. Okay, he took Adam, which is much more specific than man. So Yah took Adam, put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. And Yah commanded Adam, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat. So we see here the repeating theme about trees, right? Trees of life. Our food is supposed to come from trees. And this is really critical now. Because when you think about diet now, when you think about health, you have to know what to eat, right? And we live in an age, like I said, there's abundance of information out there. And you have, if you go to Google, for example, or you go to Amazon.com and you type in health book, you're going to get hundreds of results, possibly thousands of results. And there's a bunch of books out there written by men talking about what human beings should be eating, right? However, in spite of all of that quote unquote knowledge, people still dying at these early ages. People still catching cancer. People still getting sick. I'm talking about disciplined people now. People who eating the best, they eating superfoods, they eating vegan diet, they're cleaning their bodies out. Yet, they're still dying at early ages. So we're not really seeing any 100-year-old vegans, 120-year-old vegans that, have a high quality of life that actually don't exist for any type of diet, for any type of diet. So all these things are failing. Yet, is all these superfoods out there? If all these superfoods is out there, where are the supermen to testify that those things work? They don't exist. So something that we following is a sham. The vegan diet is a sham. The carnivorous diet is a sham. And I'm going to show you what the reality is of what we actually should be consuming. Right? A tree-based diet. That's the emphasis in the Genesis. Right? We're supposed to be eating from trees. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay. You're going to see the scripture a lot going through this presentation. This is the theme of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat. Why trees? Why did Yah said that we have to eat from trees? Trees are inherently immortal. Trees have the longest lifespan of any organism on earth. It's best y'all sit over here so y'all can see the screen better. Yeah, you don't want to be, so far in the corner. Right?
I can see fine, but I respect what you say.
Okay. Yeah, so trees, right? Why trees? Why did Yah tell us, our designer now? Our designer, why did he tell us that we have to eat from trees? And this is important. Like I said, they have thousands of books about health telling us what we should eat. And that has failed us because we still dying of all these diseases, right? So how do we go to the higher authority, right? We have to go and inquire, what did God say we're supposed to eat? Am I going to listen to a man to know what I'm supposed to eat? Or am I going to listen to God who designed this body, who designed this universe to tell me what I'm going to eat? I want to listen to God as the highest authority, right? He's the one that's going to tell me the truth and not a fad like we've been taught in this age that we live in. So like I said, why trees? Old tree. That's immortality right there. And we're supposed to eat from these trees. Trees have been the silent immortals in the earth from the beginning. For the tree of the field is man's life. Right? This is what Yah is saying. For those who are seriously seeking immortality or even perfect health, why not look to trees as the prime example? See the age of these trees? Great Basin bristlecone pine, 4,000 years old. Norway spruce. This is a almost 10,000-year-old tree, man. These scientists, they have their techniques to determine the age of the tree based upon the ring structure in the tree. You have a tree that's 10,000 years old?
Brother Tmeedyah.
Right? And Yah said we're supposed to eat from trees.
Brother Tmeedyah.
We're supposed to eat from trees. Aloes tree, 3,000 years old. Cypress tree, 3,000 years old, man. This
Brother Yah.
4,000 years old. Trees stand as a clear testimony of the achievability of physical immortality.
Brother Yah.
Tree is basically immortal.
Brother Yah.
Anybody who don't believe in immortality or that a man can live that long, just look at a tree. And humans are the crown of creation now. We're the crown of creation, right? The highest on this earth. And a tree supposed to be outliving us. Lifespan of men, right? This is before the flood happened. Adam, 930 years he lived to, right? And 900 is a normal age for a man in that time, right? That's a normal lifespan for a man in the beginning, in the Genesis, right? Men were routinely, we designed to live that long.
Hey, can you
Sunada, we need to have him adjust his camera. Adjust his camera so we can see the screen. Can't see the screen.
What happened to the other computer that had the PowerPoint?
It's not there. He's not drawing from that.
Right?
Okay.
That's amazing, right? Now, after the flood, lifespans start dropping dramatically, right? Noah, who was the one that built the ark, he was the last man to live past 900. His son Shem only lived to 600 years old, What's going on?
Your PowerPoint is not showing. Your PowerPoint is not showing on the screen. And
Okay, it's good now. It's good.
Screen share.
Yeah, I
It's
did.
good.
See it's there.
It's good.
Okay.
Now it's good.
Okay.
I mean, it was always there.
Yeah, I think maybe it went to sleep or something.
No. I mean, the computer ain't sleeping. I seen it all the time. Okay. Technical glitch. All right, we moving forward. Okay, so now we've seen men here 900-year lifespans, right? Now, I'm a person, I'm fascinated by longevity. I've been studying this stuff for more than 20 years, right? My name is Tmeedyah. It means continually with God, right? It just, I mean, the ultimate fascination. Like, how could a man possibly live that long? I've been meditating on this here for years. A word that's in my mind is this word called elixir. ELIXIR. The definition of the word is a substance held capable of prolonging life indefinitely. That's been in my mind for years. I'm thinking about it all the time. That's my constant meditation. I'm thinking it have to be out there. Like, what is it? You know, what is it that caused these men to live to 900 years, man? That's like amazing to me. That is what I want to find. And that is what I have found. I'm going to be revealed this evening.
Do you think it's the commandments and the statutes and laws?
It's definitely that.
Okay.
It's definitely that. I'm glad you mentioned that. You heard what she said? It's the statutes, commandments, and laws that cause these men to live that long. Okay, check this out. Now, let's talk about this commandment, right? And Yah commanded Adam, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayst freely eat. Right? What does that mean? I want 3 examples of eating from a tree. Give me one example, please. Eating from a tree.
Eating from a tree, I think of berries, leaves.
Berries and leaves. Okay, excellent answer. Anybody else? Mango. Apples. Any other examples?
Orange, kiwi, pomegranate, cacao.
All right. Kiwis actually don't grow on trees. That's a vine.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah. Berries, pineapple.
We talked about earlier. The chicken.
All right. All right. No, the answer is given, right? The answer is given. The typical answer is the sweet fruits, like avocado, orange, apple. That's what people think about mostly when they think about this scripture, right? Fruits is what come into mind.
Right.
Okay. See these? These is fruits, right?
Yes.
When people think about this scripture, every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed to you shall be for meat, right? That's what people thinking about. This is jackfruit, by the way.
Yeah, jackfruit.
Anybody ever had that? That's an amazing fruit, man. That's the biggest fruit on earth. Bigger than a watermelon, grows on a tree. I planted some in Tanzania. I love it. And you could cook the inside of it too. So you get like 3 foods out of this fruit. You know? You get in the fruit itself, which is sweet. Anybody ever had juicy fruit chewing gum?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is what is derived from.
Oh.
Yeah. Juicy fruit chewing gum is actually jackfruit flavored gum. This is the real thing. Yeah. I mean, it tastes excellent and it smells. I used to let them ripen in my bedroom. And when you open the door, I mean, the scent just knocking you out. Your whole room smell like juicy fruit chewing gum.
Oh, wow.
Quick question. I just had a thought. So, because they are growing out of trees, they call those fruit. Would we call mushrooms fruit as well?
Excellent question. The answer is yes. Mushrooms are actually called fruit. Mushrooms are actually called fruit too. That's something, like I said, most people don't realize it. We're thinking about sweet fruits, right? So now, remember this. This is the mist-based earth of the Genesis, right? This is what you're supposed to be seeing. That's how the earth was before it started to rain. In the pre-flood era, right? You have water coming up from the ground. So that mist-based earth, that equals constant moisture in the environment, right? Rain, what we have today in our age, is intermittent moisture. You have to wait till the rain to fall for the place to be wet, right? In the beginning, it wasn't no rain. It was water coming up out of the ground, right? You're seeing mist all the time. So that's constant moisture, okay? This is what the commandment meant, okay? When he said that we should be eating from trees, This is actually the emphasis. It's not the sweet fruits on the tree, right? You see this? This is actually the fruit of a tree.
Fungi.
Yeah. But if you're in the Genesis now, if you're in that time, this is what you see in more than fruits. First of all, they grow faster than fruits. Wait, nothing grows faster than fungi. You know? They could appear overnight, right? I've grown oyster mushrooms, 30 days, they're on the scene, man, fruiting. Nothing grows faster than them. This is the fastest growing organism on earth, right? So if you're in the Genesis time, where it's a mist-based environment, you're seeing this more than fruits. You know? This is actually what those scriptures are referring to. Human beings are fungivores. We meant to eat these things all the time.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Given the fact that so many people deal with fungal infections, mold, is that because we're not getting that as a resource? So we're not receiving the light that's in that. We're not receiving the energetic codes that's in it. And because we are absent from consuming it, our body then takes over and breeds more of something that's intrusive to the body?
That's an excellent question. Like, for example, a lot of people have candida, right? Which is overgrowth of fungus in the gut. And a lot of gut issues. Why? Because our primary food is the wrong things, which are feeding the pathogenic fungi, right? And our immune systems are off, which we're going to get into later, which allows that to spread rapidly, right? So because we're eating the wrong things now, we're more susceptible to the bad fungi.
Would fruit exacerbate that? Because I also think of like sugar fat metabolism.
Exactly. Fruit definitely exacerbates it because that's what they feed on. They feed on sugar.
Yeah.
And this high processed food sugar environment that we're in, I mean, it has got the situation out of control for a lot of people. And it's so hard to cure because you're trying to tell people, okay, you can't eat nothing sweet. People can't control that, you know, after the systems already get messed up. But we're going to show what we have to do to eliminate those things. But this is actually what it means, okay? This is what it means. No, and you have to remember now, this is the authoritative voice. The same man saying this. Like me, I'm telling you that we have to eat this. Who said this? That's what God said. That's why Yah told Adam, man. So you said earlier, the way that we achieve those type of lifespans, we got to listen.
Obedience.
You know, obedience to what?
Yeah.
That's a law.
Yeah, it is.
And who would know better than our Creator in terms of what we should eat? Anybody else? We got to consult Him, right? What did our designer who created this body, who created this universe that we're a part of? We got to ask him the question, okay, what he said, I'm going to listen to a man, or I'm going to listen to what Yah said that we should eat. I want to hear what he got to say, man. And it makes sense, right? Because these fruits, they're growing on a tree that could be 1,000 years old, man. So when you eat that, you're getting like 1,000 years worth of power, right? That's what we're supposed to be eating all the time. This is fruit of a tree. Y'all ever seen something like this? You see how peculiar these look?
Is that lion's mane?
That's lion's mane. You cannot miss that if you're in the forest. You can't miss that. That's the fruit of a tree, man. Meat growing on a tree. He said to you, it shall be for meat. That's meat growing on a tree.
And it does taste like meat if you know how to put it together.
Absolutely, it tastes like meat.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely, it tastes like meat.
If not better.
Man, if not better than meat.
Yes.
Exactly, better than meat. People stuck on animals. Man, look, that's the original meat of man. That's what Methuselah was eating. Okay? That's what Adam was eating. That's what Noah was eating in that mist-based earth. That was the most prominent feature of the Genesis. Because, like I said, when it's moist all the time in that mist-based environment, that's where mushrooms launch. So you're seeing these more than you're seeing a regular fruit, you know. And I'm going to prove it later. Right? This one is called resinous polyphore. I've actually found this myself here in the forest in Costco, Maryland, that I go to routinely. This thing is like a steak, literally. Even the color of it on the inside is brown. You want to talk about something chewy and nice? A steak growing on a tree, man. I have harvested it and eaten it, cooked it. This thing is real, and they are the most potent medicines. These things
sounds delicious.
Man, absolutely delicious.
I also think of them being adaptogens, right? Good
Definitely
for brain health
adaptogens.
and keeping intelligence, sharpness, the senses.
Absolutely.
Man, in a lot of ways, we're gonna get to that too. But that's a key term, adaptogen, right? Because they help us to deal with stresses,
Exactly.
to counteract stresses, right? So let's look at some stats here, right? Okay, the regular sweet fruits is only 2,000 species, man, right? Of sweet fruits, and not all of them grow on trees actually. So there's actually less than 2,000 species of fruits that actually grow on trees. Like she mentioned, kiwi. Some fruits grow on vines, which is not a tree,
That's right.
right? Yeah. It's 73,000 types of trees, man. Right? That's 97% of trees don't produce a fruit like that. However, they have medicine in them and mushrooms grow on them. Okay? Mushroom grows on these trees. So we got some research to do to find out what type of mushrooms growing on these 70,000 types of trees.
Mm-hmm.
Tree grows mushrooms.
Every tree can grow mushrooms because mushrooms are decomposers. That's what decomposes the tree, right? So it's some type of fungus growing on any type of tree. That's what they're designed to do. They break things down. That's their job, right?
I'm really curious. Do you know what the copper content are? Because copper is a conduit for energy, and being that we're energetic beings, my guess is the copper content is high.
Man, that's a good question. That's something that we got to research. And not just copper, other minerals. Because we are made from the soil, right? So we are mineralized beings. And these things exactly replenish us. So even they have these type of fungi that grow on the ground, they're called truffles. Right?
Truffle.
I've never had them. I don't even know nobody who's ever eaten one. These things is $4,000 for a pound of it.
Wow.
Right? You want to know what type of medicine is in these? So we've been eating the wrong thing. We've been prioritizing the wrong things. Okay, and we got to get back to that. Right? So mushrooms outnumber plants by a factor of 10. Right? Plant kingdom is less than 400,000 species. The fungi kingdom is more than 5 million species. Wow. However, we don't really see it. Why? Because we live in the dried out earth. Right? Global warming, deforestation, and most of us live in cities, right? So we're not acquainted with the forest where our food source is, right? We don't eat in the supermarket what we've been conditioned to eat by the system, right? So this is something like abstract to most people, right? And that's why we're sick, because we're eating the wrong things, man. We're supposed to be eating mushrooms. We were commanded to eat mushrooms.
I think something that's interesting that came to my mind. When you see mold on bread, is that like
that's fungi kingdom?
So that's fungi.
Yeah,
okay.
but all of them, you don't want to eat all of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that is fungi. You see mold on bread, mold on the wall.
Right.
It's designed to break down everything. So but you don't try to eat all of it.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. But some of them is real important, like penicillin.
Right. That's aspergillus, right? What grows on bread is the aspergillus.
That's why
niger, right?
I don't know exactly where it grows. You might be right about that. But some of those molds is what some of the most powerful medicines are derived from. And that was a game changer in the war, because I think America had penicillin first. That enabled them to win the war because it was finally able to heal their soldiers, without amputating them all the time. Right? So these things are serious, man. And documented now, right? So the mist forests, not rain forests, supported a phenomenal amount of mushroom abundance and diversity, dwarfing the extent of our imagination. This is virtually impossible to conceive in these latter generations, right? A preeminent feature of the Genesis environment was mushroom-rich forest, a forager's delight, right? So we got to get back to that. Interesting facts about mushrooms. The kingdom of fungi has an estimated population exceeding 5 million species. Plant kingdom, only 320,000 species. That's something to think about now, right? But like I said, we don't see them because the earth environment has changed, right? So because Yah hid them from us, we're going to get to that. Mushrooms are not plants. They breathe oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide as humans do. Now think about that. They're closer genetically to humans than plants, man. mushroom breathing oxygen like a man,
True.
like a human. So think about that. So when you eat that now, the kind of power that you get
Absolutely.
versus eating something that's like in the opposite cycle.
Exactly.
We designed to eat these things primarily, right?
Wow.
Seeds of mushrooms. Okay, mushrooms are often called by divine epithets like immortality, divine, God, magical, beauty, and others. Seeds of mushrooms are called spores, and one mushroom can contain 7 trillion spores. So they got the most seeds by far of anything, right? And remember, Yah said, eat the fruit of a tree that yields a seed.
Yes.
Mushrooms have the most seeds, far more than fruits, right? Most potent natural healing elements are endowed with immunity stimulators, adaptogens, and potent polysaccharides. Fastest growth rate of any organism on earth. Miniature pharmaceutical factories, right? They help fight age-related diseases. Man, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Question, what's your take on Dr. Sebi's comment about we shouldn't eat fruits that have seeds? That was a big thing that he stuck to.
No, we should.
We
I
should.
thought
No,
we
we
should.
No, we
He
should.
said we should?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we should.
Yes.
We should.
But,
Okay.
but
But he
on
said
her
no
question.
mushroom.
Yeah, no, Dr.
Right.
Sabi do have mushrooms on his diet, but it's another diet with the long white beards of raw foods and, I think he said no mushroom.
Don't listen. Okay, no, I'm glad this came up.
Because it's what you started the conversation with about confusion, right? Like
Exactly.
so much out there.
Who are you going to listen to?
Yeah.
A man?
Yes.
Or are you going to listen to what God
That's
said?
what I always say.
Bottom
I got, excuse me,
no
excuse me.
brainer. I listen to who designed
Yes, Baba.
it.
Yes.
Tell them Dr. Sabi did do psychedelic mushrooms. Oh, yes,
Okay.
he did.
Yes.
Okay,
And
good.
lots of them.
I mean, that's good. But, you know, it's more than that. You know, it's more than that. So, like I said, you know, I want to listen to the highest authority. I don't want no more mistakes. You know, I've been a vegan for 20 years, and I thought it was the truth. It made sense on paper, you know. And don't get me wrong, I ain't totally trampling veganism. It's a step in the right direction.
Yes.
And it develops dietary discipline, which we need, you know, to eliminate the worst things. But this is the next level now.
Exactly.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I like mushrooms my whole life, right? And I went to Thailand. I'm gonna tell you how this journey started with this revelation. So 2014, I went to Thailand, and I reached out this vegan restaurant in Thailand that's renowned, right? Thailand got some of the best food, man. Them guys cook. So this is a plate that I had at this restaurant that I went to, right? And I had this mushroom here on the side. It don't even look like a mushroom, right? It look kind of strange and jelly-like a cauliflower almost when it's dry, right?
Right.
And it tasted good, right? So this is the mushroom here. The name of it is tremella, and it's the beauty mushroom it's called, right? So that's what this is. So check out the health properties of it, right? Skin improvement, improves memory, lowers cholesterol, nerve damage repair, normalizes blood sugar, reduces inflammation, protect against cancer and tumors, protect the liver, osteoporosis, intestinal health. A lot of them improve gut health. Okay, protect the cardiovascular system, anti-aging. Right? No, that's one mushroom now, and a lot of them have similar properties.
So mushroom.
Yeah, and this is available here. I'm gonna give you some information on where to get it. Okay, so now this is tremella mushroom, right? And it looks like this. Now this is cauliflower mushroom, and it looks similar to the same one, right? Now this is the one that blew me away. So this is what happened. So this is 2014. I went to Thailand. I had this meal. So I normally go to the Asian markets to get dried mushrooms because I like mushrooms. I like to have them at the house. I cook it all the time. I like to pop them in my food, right? I really like them. So I went to the Asian market in Nairobi, Kenya. I was living in Kenya for the last 2 years. So I went there to get some dried mushrooms. And when I went there, I saw this one. And I remember that's the same mushroom I had when I was in Thailand 9 years earlier. So naturally, I definitely purchased it, right? I buy it, I cook it, ate it, and then I say, man, let me see what the medicinal properties of this mushroom is, right? So I don't know the name of it, right? But I say, let me type in the medicinal, type in Google, look for the medicinal properties of what appeared to be a cauliflower mushroom, right? It looked like cauliflower when it's dried. So this is what I found, right? I found this list. This changed my life forever. Cardioprotection. All mechanisms and means that contribute to the preservation of the heart by reducing or preventing myocardial damage. So this mushroom protecting your heart. Neuroprotection. An effect that results in the salvage, recovery, or regeneration of the nervous system, its cell structure and function. Anti-tumor. Anti-angiogenic. This is key. Anti-angiogenic, treatment that stops tumors from growing their own blood vessels. This slows the growth of the cancer and shrinks it. Because when tumors grow, they actually have blood vessels that's supplying them with the nutrients that they need to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So this stops that from happening now. Even if you have tumors already, it reverses it. Anti-metastatic, inhibiting the spread of cancer cells from the place where they first formed to another part of the body. Antimicrobial, antiviral, antioxidant, antihypertensive, anti-diabetic. Yeah, wow. I'm glad you say it. Yeah, wow. When I see this, I was like, what?
Amazing.
Hypertension and diabetes, that's two totally different diseases. And you have a mushroom that's dealing with all of that plus cancer. Right? Anti-allergic, anti-carcinogenesis, anti-obesity. Prevents macular degeneration. That's your eyes going back. Man, when I see this list, I was blown away. I was blown away. And let me give you some context now. Like I said, I've been researching herbs for some years now, right? And in the 1990s, I had some herb books. And I went through the herb book that I had from A to Z now. Right? And looking at every herb in the book, right, to find what their medicinal properties is. I went through the whole book, A to Z. I never seen a list so comprehensive for a herb. Never in my life, not even near a list like this. When I see this list, that's what blew me away. Because this is like everything here, man. Like if you eat in this, you reaching Methuselah age because nothing can kill you. This killing everything. This is all the diseases that our parents, friends, loved ones have died from. And this mushroom dealing with all of that. That's how now I started to make a connection with the Genesis now. Because where these things growing? On trees. Right? This is what we're supposed to be eating. That's the same cauliflower mushroom. These Asians, people know about it.
Yes.
When you go to Asian countries, like Thailand is an Asian country, man, you see that mushroom platter they had? These people are serious about that.
Japan.
The knowledge has been preserved with them.
Right. Yeah. And they don't really, it's not that they don't have diseases, but they live to much longer lives, it seems. Yes. Yeah.
Especially in Japan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sanitarians. That larger community of sanitarians. And like you mentioned Japan, we're going to come back to that. Right? These people are serious about it. They are on the science. They cultivating this thing, man, and selling it. This thing is expensive. This ain't no joke. And they're on the market. Asian countries are far more advanced when it comes to mushroom cultivation than European countries or any other countries. This is the best on earth when it comes to that. Okay?
I'm guessing you don't have to worry about genetically modified ones or ones that sprayed with pesticides, because if it's a fungus, my guess is things aren't really going to grow on it because it is what it is, right? So do you have to worry about that?
Well, in general, when they're cultivated, like in this way, the cultivators don't use fungicides, and pesticides. They don't use those things because they grow them in controlled environments. Okay. In addition, the ones that's like a wild crafted that you get like from the forest, they ain't really like no fungicides, and nobody is spraying that stuff really. So it's safer in general to consume.
When we go to the Chinese
right?
After all this mushrooms.
Yeah.
But you still have to be careful sometimes about the dry ones because they could add preservatives to it.
Right.
So it stays long term. So you still got to be careful. And we're going to get to that. But that's a fantastic question, right? We want to
Will you
say
tell us how to prepare that? Or?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So the reality is that the plant-based diet has not significantly altered our lifespan. Many highly disciplined practitioners of the vegan diet are still succumbing to the same illnesses as carnivores. We have to upgrade, right? This is just the truth. You know, I'm part of a vegan community, and I know a lot of them. Very disciplined men. They're dying like regular people from the same diseases. At best, they just delaying the onset of disease, but really the same diseases still killing us. Okay, and sometimes even we dying at younger ages than carnivores. You know, sometimes you find that a person they wasn't doing nothing, and they're living longer than these disciplined gurus who working out and doing all type of stuff, right? And the reason is that all of us been eating the wrong thing. All of us been eating the wrong things, man. This is what we're supposed to be eating. We're supposed to be eating mushrooms all the time. That's what really is designed to upgrade our immune system. And we're gonna get to that some more, okay? So this is key information, man. Human beings are fungivores. This is what we're supposed to be eating, right? So this is what primary foods are now, right? Fruits and vegetables, especially if you're a vegan. This is what we think that we're supposed to be eating. Guess what? Nothing in this picture except the avocado and maybe the apple. You know, a couple of these fruits grow on trees. This is mostly vegetables. And we're going to get to that. Right? These are the primary foods. When you go to the supermarket, you can find these in almost any supermarket. Yes. You cannot find these like that. Right. You got to go to special places. Yes, you do. Furthermore, mushrooms are more perishable. Right? They don't last as long unless they dry totally. Right? So they're very rare. In the Genesis, this was our primary food. Right? The situation flipped. That's why our lifespan is so low now. Instead of being into the 900s, we can't even make 100 now. Because we're sick and dying from all these diseases. Because we're susceptible. We're eating the wrong things. Right? Now, I'm going to show you some pictures. This is how the Genesis, this is a glimpse into the Genesis, right? This is called chicken of the woods. Right. I found this here myself. This is reishi mushroom. This is the mushroom of immortality, right? A super cancer killer. Super cancer killer, man. Right? This is wood air. This air restores the cartilage in your joints, you know, and maintains your ability, you know, to move. Right? This is chaga mushroom, shiitake. These are the things that we should be eating. Right? This is coral mushroom here, you know. And you see how peculiar these things look? Yes. We designed to notice that, you know. You cannot be in the forest as a human being and not notice this. We designed to respond to the design of these things. To get our telephone number. Yeah. Man, you go into the forest, you ain't passing that. You're like, what? You know, you investigating it. It's like it stands out. It's so distinct looking. You know, this is called hen of the woods. Man, you want to talk about something delicious? Better than meat? Look, lion's mane, and that one stimulates neurogenesis, right? So you could fight no Alzheimer's, no dementia, if you're eating it all the time, right? Look at that. That's like a coral growing on the earth, you know, man. Wow. We're designed to notice these things, but they're out of our peripheral vision now because we live in cities. We far removed from the forests. We live in a completely different environment, in a deforested earth with global warming going on. You know, so I mean, yeah. So you'll never see this. You know, what I mean, who's ever seen this or harvested or know the medicinal properties of it? This one is also related to lion's mane, which deals with neurogenesis, with renewing and, you know, giving you new brain cells, so you don't have these neurodegenerative diseases. It looks like a snowflake too. Man. I mean, anybody passing that, you can't pass that. You can't be in the woods and see that and pass it. Okay? You have to investigate it. Yes, you do. Man, cook it, eat it. Yes. Yeah? Look at those. I mean, what we got going on here? Glow in the dark? Right. It's something about that. Wow. It's something about that, man. You see that? This is California. Wow. You cannot notice these things. It's something, look, this is the superfood. This is what we should be eating. Right? This thing got super medicine in it, man. Super medicine.
Look at that.
Oh. Is that an oyster?
That looks big,
No,
real big.
That's right.
Wow. Looks like it froze up for a second, Sonata.
Okay, I think they're gonna check the other computer. James went downstairs. These mushrooms are amazing.
That should do
Yeah.
They,
We
no,
good?
we can't see the, you can't.
You can't see the screen though.
it. Yeah, the timer came on.
Yeah, right. Now the screen is back.
We
Yeah,
can
these mushrooms are
see
grown by
on-
termites.
One is it?
Oh my God.
Okay, we can see you.
Termites.
Huh?
Should be that next one.
It should be.
We can see you.
Yeah.
Everything's back.
everything's back, guys.
All right. Yeah, so the biggest mushroom on earth are grown by termites. That's interesting.
Termites?
So, yeah, literally, termites, they have a chamber inside their nest in the ground where they grow this mushroom because they eat some of the mycelium, which
Wow.
is the roots of the mushroom. That's what the termites eat. And these big mushrooms pop out of their nest. And human beings, right, can't do it, you know. It's a very specialized process. Termites will grow mushrooms, humans can't grow. Look at that. And let me tell you something, the best part, they taste good.
I'm sure.
Man, these things taste good. When I was in Kenya this last season, man, I found some. And I went on a journey. Man, this lady told me where to go to get them. And I went there and I found them, man. So I met two Kenyan brothers. They took me to the exact spot. Man, they gave me a big bag of it, man. I went home. Oh, man.
You killed it.
Look.
You put
Look.
birthdays in shame.
Man, you want to talk about something tastes good, man? And my daughter finds them too. You know, and yeah, I found them even near where I live in Kenya. Man, this is the bomb, man.
Right.
Okay, so next now, beyond, let's say, giving you advice. No, you have to start eating mushrooms. You have to start going to the Chinese markets, the Asian markets to buy mushrooms. You know, you have to start going to the store to buy mushrooms. I'm so serious about it. I have to start growing mushrooms, okay?
I was about to ask.
I have to start growing my own supply because actually some of these things is expensive, man.
Yes.
You know, they're outside the range of a person's ability to eat them all the time. You know, and knowing that we're supposed to eat them all the time, which is we were commanded to eat it now. This is y'all say this is why you got to eat, right? So I have to have an ample supply for me and my family and my people. Therefore, I start studying a book that a friend of mine happened to have, and I learned how to grow them myself. That's my daughter helping me, right? I got some equipment, and this is the first set of mycelium, which is called green spawn, that I purchased, that I was able to grow these oyster mushrooms with out of buckets. I had fantastic success the first time. I also grew psychedelics, right? Then I had pounds of this stuff, man. And this is some awesome medicine.
That looks
regenerates
amazing.
your mind and kind of like reboots your consciousness, you know. And I'd never had it before. You know, the first time I ever had it was what I grew, which is a blessing because you have a connection with the medicine, you know, which is, I guess, better, not guessing, but definitely better than purchasing it from a third party. Because I grew it myself. My vibration is in it.
You get to put your energy in
We
it.
have a relationship. And we breathe in the same oxygen now.
That's true.
You know, we breathe in the same oxygen. So, you know, it's like a serious connection there, man, symbiotic connection. So, yeah, man, this is an essential part, you know, learning how to grow them. Man, it's a fantastic experience. And it's the fastest growing organism. Like they grow, these I harvested these in 29 days. 29 days from this point where me and my daughter filled the buckets. This was 29 days later, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, we had an abundance of it. I fed our whole community with mushrooms that I grew. I grew them in my closet, like a small closet.
Yeah, because it needs to be dark, right?
Yeah, some darkness and some moisture, more importantly.
Okay.
Yeah, man, in a small closet, I harvested kilos of this stuff, man. Yeah, so now, check this out, right? Again, y'all commanded Adam, saying of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, right? Now, we're supposed to be eating from trees. So, also it was written, y'all planted a garden eastward in Eden, okay? Eastward in Eden is eastward in Africa. Eden is Africa. Eastward in Eden is East Africa. okay, which is comprised of Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, right? So I was in Kenya, right, last 2 years. So you have a rainforest, the only rainforest in Kenya, which is in the Garden of Eden, basically, named Kakamega, right? Kakamega Rainforest. I took a trip
Wow.
there. Man.
Kakamega.
Yeah, I definitely go in there. I want to see the forest. I want to see what really this is talking about now, right? So now this is the forest. I took this. These are all pictures I took now, right? These are pictures I took on my journey. Yeah. So you see that mist on the top of a mountain. I take that picture. It's still mist there. This is a rainforest, right? So I gone in the forest. I was in the forest for like 2 or 3 days. So I gone in the forest, and in the forest, you know how much fruit trees I see, like a regular fruit tree.
Too many to come.
No.
You're
Zip.
saying fruits.
Yeah, like the regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the regular fruits now.
Okay.
Good. You pass us. You pass us with your level of understanding. But you get it. But it ain't no avocados in that forest, and that's original forest now. That's not a man-created forest.
Right.
Like man, we
Right.
plant orchards, right? We'll plant 2 acres of mango trees for commercial purposes. We'll plant 2 acres of orange trees because we try and sell it. So those type of orchards is what humans are familiar with, right? That's a human planting. But y'all don't plant like that.
No.
He planted all kind of random trees that don't produce sweet fruits, right? He planted those 71,000 other trees that don't produce a sweet fruit.
Yes.
And there's a mix of them in there. Those aren't regular fruit producing trees. So I gone in this forest now, in the Garden of Eden, and this is what I'm seeing: pure mushrooms. I ain't seeing no fruits. And in the Garden of Eden now, like I said, eastward in Eden, I'm there now, in one of the last original rainforests in Kenya. And this is what I'm seeing. Confirming what this meant.
Exactly.
Okay? That confirms it, man. And I ate this. I ate some wood air.
What's the name of the one you first pointed?
I don't even know the name of that one yet. Right? This is some
like
oyster. Man, look, these things potent. This is wood air. And I ate this one. I don't know the name of it. The second day I was in the forest, I asked for an elder who was 79 years old to take me into the forest to show me the edible mushrooms, because he knew about them. Man, we had a fantastic day together. He's the one that pointed the one that's safe to eat. And that's something else, right? You have to know which one to eat.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's the same. It ain't nothing new. It's the same thing in the plant kingdom. Okay? You don't go in the bush.
Correct.
You end up picking oak leaves and putting them in a salad.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So it ain't like nothing spooky like, mushrooms could kill you. The plant kingdom has the same thing. Yeah, we eating everything. You're not picking every leaf that you see, putting it in a smoothie.
Exactly.
Are there certain mushrooms that are seasonal?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, and they depend on climate
Yeah.
and temperature. Like the cauliflower mushroom, for example, that one grows primarily in the winter time. But
So then you want to eat with the season, I would imagine.
Yeah, definitely. That's when you'll have it. Unless you dry it. But definitely seasonal eating has supreme benefits. Yeah, because you're getting the right thing at the right time.
Now, are you eating all of these raw, or are you taking them home and preparing?
Okay, fantastic question. We eating mushrooms cooked primarily. Okay, cooked. You have to cook them. Psychedelics, you could eat raw. Okay, and you're still getting, you're getting the effects of it raw. Right? Now, however, like you see the amount I was growing. I mean, I had too much of it. I was cooking mine, and you still get the effect. In fact, I like the effect better when I cook it. I like the effect better when I cook it, man. So I was cooking. I ate mine raw and cooked, and I prefer cooked. Psychedelics.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
I like my psychedelics dry.
Yeah. I like my psychedelics cooked. I was cooking my psychedelics as well. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then you
and then you eat the food, man. Yeah.
I know you said that you were growing these in a closet with mist. How do you control the environment so that way you don't have an overgrowth of opportunistic molds take over?
That's a fantastic question.
Infused
You have to be very, very clean. You know, you have to be cleaning the environment a lot. You know, one of the things about growing mushrooms, if you like growing it yourself indoors, is cleanliness. You got to be spraying down, sterilization.
Spraying it with what?
Not spraying the mushrooms,
No.
but alcohol. You know, yeah, you're spraying like, you know, the walls and anything that they're growing on, anything that's touching it. You got to be wiping everything down with alcohol, but not the mushrooms themselves.
Right.
Yeah, you're definitely ain't doing that. Yeah. Okay, so like I say, this is Kakamega Rainforest. When I went there, I'm seeing mushrooms, right? Like I say, confirming what's written here, right? This is a forest that y'all planted. This ain't no orchard like a man would plant. Okay, and there's mushrooms in there. So another forest. This is our next forest named Karua Forest. So this sister here, we went on a walk in the forest, and we had a beautiful time. Now we walking out of the forest. Man, we come across this reishi mushroom. It was so much of it. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
That's mushroom of immortality, you know. That's one. Let me see one of them bottles over there, please. The tall bottle.
Oh,
That's what this is. That's what this is, right? Man, we stuffed our backpacks full of that stuff. That's mushroom of immortality, man. This thing kills any type of cancer. Man, it's hard. You see that stuff? Man, that stuff is hard like wood. I had to use a saw to cut it. Like when you go cut a 2x4 with. And I had a hard time, man. It was so much of it. But, you know, I was determined to do it.
Is taking it internally enough, or can you make some type of like salves and stuff out of it for any type of like wound?
There are ones that you could apply externally as well.
Yeah.
But I would do both, you know, because internally definitely supports the immune system by a great degree, and we're going to get to that. You know, but both, you definitely want to be ingesting it, right? So this is, you know, we pick a lot of that stuff, man. So, you know, I cut it up into tiny pieces. I dried it in the dehydrator. I almost break my blender blending this stuff. Even I gotta get a stronger blender. I gotta get another machine. Right. You know, because I mean, it's so much of it there, man. You know, and this is mushroom of immortality. This is one of the most powerful mushrooms on earth. One of the most researched. Anybody that want information, you could give me an email and I'll send you some additional information so you can read up on what race she does. This thing is awesome, man. Mushroom of immortality, right? Yes. Okay, so now that's Kenya, right? Now this is Clinton, Maryland, where I've been staying for the last 3 months, right? I've been going to Costco Park. Oh, Costco. And remember, y'all said of these trees, that's where you're gonna get your meat now. Right? You want to see meat growing on a tree? How many of y'all knew meat grows on trees, man? Meat, literal meat, man.
I don't know.
Literal meat. This is chicken of the woods, man. This thing tastes so good. That's oyster mushroom. That's my hand. All of these is my picture of it. That I took, gray sheep. That's cauliflower mushroom. Wow. I found it here.
Oh, you found it here.
Look, let me tell you a story. When I was in Kenya, I had a dream I would find it. I had a dream I would find it, and I found it here, man. I ate that business up.
I see.
Man, you see that long list of properties? You want to eat that thing every day? Every day, man. I try and grow that, right? This is turkey tail mushroom, and we're gonna get to some video clips in a minute. This is puffball mushroom. Puffball. Yeah, I mean the texture of it is like a literal marshmallow, just like a marshmallow is. I'm talking exactly like a marshmallow. Man, you cook that. Man, the first day I harvested it, man, I had like 150 of them. They're kind of small, but it was a bunch of them, and I made a soup with it. Man, it was so good, man. That texture, just like marshmallows, and they absorbing the flavor. So I found a lot of lion's mane. You know, that's the one stimulates neurogenesis again. Man, some wood air. Meat grows on trees. Meat grows on trees, man. Y'all commanded it, you know? of every tree of the garden.
I have to ask you, what is that pink one? What is that?
This is reishi.
Reishi, oh, that's reishi.
I see a field trip to Clinton.
Right.
Man, definitely, man. I've been going consistently, man. I've been eating. You see that? I was eating off of that for weeks. It was so much of it. It was so much of it, man. I was eating for weeks after that.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, man, and I mean, and the medicine that you get, all this anti-cancer medicine, like the profile of the cauliflower mushroom that I showed you, that have that long list with anti-cancer, anti-tumor, anti-diabetic, anti-hypertensive. Most of the medicinal mushrooms have similar profiles. Most of them, yeah.
Have you ever done a living of straight mushrooms for like 5 days or something?
I mean, that's what I'm doing now. I'm transitioning to that, out of veganism. That's why I'm busy doing all this research, right? Because that's where I want to be. I want to be eating mushrooms all the time. Like what the commandment says, you know, fungivore. Yeah, look, man. You see all these mushrooms I've been collecting? Listen, when I make soups, right?
Hank, can you zoom out to him?
I got like 10, 11 different kinds of mushrooms in it. In one soup, man, like 10, 11 kinds. I want all of it. And I grow in them, you know.
And you grow the 7
So when you combine that many of mushrooms, I'm just curious to know what your body reaction is. That's a good question.
Okay, fantastic question. No, first of all, the damage that we have to undo of decades is not immediate. Okay, so you're not sometimes going to notice everything that's happening automatically, right? However, we got to be consistent, you know, sometimes for a long time before we start to realize, because things is happening under the hood, you know, that we're not aware of. However, in Kenya, I'm part of a community in Kenya, and I gave this lecture in Kenya, and I started introducing, you know, my brothers and my sisters to the mushrooms. All of them that had the reishi mushroom immediately reported that their sleep patterns improved. They had much better sleep. I've heard that testimony from multiple different people. You know, multiple different people, man. You know, and that's big because the immunity is what is kicking in when you sleep. You know what I'm saying? That's like a key. Man, I go to sleep at 9 o'clock every night. I don't stay awake like how I used to when I was younger. You know, that's foolish. We need that rest in the night at the right time, man. Because that's a part of the immune system. Yes. You know, so that's sleep. And that was just the thing that they noticed is other things happen beneath the hood that eventually they'll realize. But I'll tell you one thing, this is what happened to me. This is one of the most profound things that happened to me, man. I used to have serious urgency to urinate, right? I gotta be pissing all the time, right? And that's in the next class, the reason why men are having that problem now. Prostate. I'll just drop it for you right now. This is a gem. This is going to be in our next class. But prostate cancer is actually caused by toilet paper.
Wow.
Uterine fibroids are caused by feminine pads. That's our next class, right? And we're going to get to that eventually, right? But anyway, I had that problem. You know, most men have it. You know, most men have it, man. Especially, you know, you up in your 40s and your 50s, you've been using toilet paper for decades. And the prostate is right behind where we're wiping. And what the paper is made out of, they use bleach to make it white. So the bleach is inside of it. So when you wipe in here, it's being absorbed and your prostate is swelling up over decades. And that's why these doctors can't trace it. But that's really the cause. Not just of prostate cancer. Even you're getting erectile dysfunction, constipation, you know, chronic UTI is a range of things. So we gotta stop using those products, man. Those products is actually what's killing us. The class is called Skin Consciousness when I go in depth on that particular topic. Yes.
So here at Temple Mother Earth, we have a bidet and we have organic toilet paper.
Bamboo. Organic bamboo toilet paper too.
Hey, that's serious, man. That is serious. Yes.
So I have a question. while you're transitioning into a diet primarily of this, I think of the body letting go of what it doesn't need, right?
Mhm.
And so that would be cellular detox. Would you ever recommend using something like a bentonite clay or an activated charcoal to pick that up so the body doesn't recycle it, right, through the liver or other organ systems?
Man, you're asking some good questions, man. I like your question. But the answer is yes. You know, we got to be cleansing all the time. And in addition to fasting, you know, fasting allows the body to, just release a lot of toxins and get them out of the system as we move to this better diet. You know, so that's something that we got to be doing constantly to renew the body. You know, just a quick gem. I did in 2012. I went to Costa Rica for 3 months. I did a 40-day water fast, right? And it was powerful, like super powerful.
Emotionally, I can imagine, like detoxing
Man,
mental chatter, everything.
Look, everything, including at the end of it, at the end of the fast actually, it sounds extraordinary, right? Like 40 days, but it was actually easy because of the environment, you know, that facilitated rest. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to work. You know what I'm saying? You just rest. But at the end of the fast, man, the first time that I had to defecate, man, it was constipation and some old black stuff come out, man. I mean, like asphalt. You know? Yeah, I never seen something like that. I was like, how does the body survive with that amount of stuff in it?
Yes.
But what I realize now is that length of fast, that's a maintenance system for your body. Everybody has to
How
go through
long
that.
did you fast?
40 days on water.
40 days just water.
Yeah, it was 41 days. I wanted to do 50 days.
Oh, right now.
Yeah. But the guy who led me through the fast, his schedule wouldn't allow me to go that long. But what I realized, like I said, that's actually like a routine activity that people need to do from time to time, you know. It's not just for like somebody special like Yeshua, who the world calls Jesus. It is something special like that where it's reserved just for some, you know, some super high people. That's for everybody. Because all of us need body maintenance. Just like how you routinely, if you have a car, you gotta clean the oil, you know, filter, all type of maintenance. So fasting is just a body maintenance system for everybody. Because we have to clean out, especially us in these generations, you know, all this junk, you know.
You did coconut water or you did straight?
No, just water.
Just straight
How about
water.
Yes.
So where did you
No, you can't real fasting is no nutrients. You have to stop nutrients coming in your body. That's where you get the most powerful effect. Because if you're doing coconut water, you're still eating. There's still nutrients and minerals in there. So you're not getting the full effect. Not saying that you're not getting anything now. You know, like people, they get some benefits from intermittent fasting and the juice fasting. You're getting some benefit from it, but the ultimate fast is really the water fast. That's when you're getting the max out of it, okay?
So then what are you doing to support your electrolytes? Because I just think of detoxification as electricity dependent, electrical dependence, right? Straight water doesn't have electrolytes unless you're using it, you know, water that's from a stream, right? Or a spring, a clean spring.
Actually, that's what we were using.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what we were using. So, yeah, man, it's powerful. Yeah, you had a question? Okay, so continuing on, man. So yeah, man, foraging right here. You got some gems in your backyard. You know, get a book. You definitely want to inform yourself. Yes. Because you don't want to go out there with a bunch of zeal. You misidentifying something and you get yourself sick. Yes. Okay, don't do that. You know what I mean? I've been studying. You know, I study books. Man, I ain't want to make no mistakes, man. I'm trying to live. Right? So just, you know, be conscious about that. You know, if you get into foraging, go with somebody experienced or read yourself so you can identify clearly, you know, before you start using these things. Yeah, man. At that point in time. At that point in time, man. Yeah. Okay, so now this is a key slide here, man. This is going to change your life. Eating annuals versus perennials. An annual, something that lasts 1 year or season, transient. Specifically, a plant that completes its growth in one growing season. Examples: tomatoes, peas, eggplant, broccoli, corn, wheat, watermelon, right? versus perennials, continuing without interruption, invariably present, constant, perpetual. That's trees and fungi, right? So a tree is a perennial. You just plant it once, it stays forever, right? Versus annuals, no. These are short term. So these is crops that we used to eat in, especially like as vegans, we eat in vegetables, right? Those grow and mature in 3 months and then the plant dies. So when you eat that, any of these, you get in 3 months water power. When you eat a mushroom that growing on a tree, you're getting 1,000-year water power.
Whoa.
Everybody understand that? Yeah. That's much more power and vitality in the mushroom versus eating this. And we've been trained where we think this is more healthy. Raw food diet, vegan diet.
We're not trained, we're indoctrinated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've been taught, man, vegetables is the thing to eat. Veggies, plant-based.
The level of consciousness that would be in that, going back to your original slide.
And you're tapping in?
Man, listen, so this is the real thing now. This is worth far more than that. There is where you're getting the energy. This is where you're getting the energy here from. Okay? So we got to rewire our brain, man. And we got to listen to what Yah said. He said eat from trees. None of this grows on trees. These are plants, transient plants. If we eat transient plants, we become transient people, subject to disease. If we eat eternal, perennials, that's where we get in the power. Okay? Right? What do vegans primarily eat? Man, we eat in leaves, kale, collards, roots. Vegans eat a lot of grass. Right? Grass, rice, wheat, rye, oats, barley, millet, and maize. All of those is grass family. That's animal food. Yeah. That's food for ruminant animals like cows and sheep. Right? That makes up a large part of the vegan diet. Right? Vegetables, like I said, that's annuals. Right? 3 months worth of power. We eat a lot of seeds. It's not good to eat a lot of seeds. We are victims of marketing from farmers that grow a bunch of this stuff, right? And promoting it as health foods. Let me tell you about seeds. Seeds have something called oxalates inside of it, right? Oxalates are a mechanism designed to protect the seed so that it endures and it can sprout at the appointed time. Those things are dangerous for humans to eat. And we eat in an excess of seed, bean burgers, beans. The seeds, grass seeds, black eyed peas. I mean, just peas and beans, nuts and grasses. All of that seeds, man. We're supposed to be eating fruits, not seeds. Yes.
Did you say black eyed peas?
Yeah, black eyed peas. No. The truth is, like I said, I know. And I'm glad you said it. Because why? We have been indoctrinated for thousands of years. This ain't something new. This ain't something new. We've been eating these things for thousands of years, man, under the impression that this is the real food to eat. We eating grass.
But we all sick.
Exactly.
Because we're eating the wrong stuff.
I mean, totally wrong. Look, we in the wrong kingdom. We eating plants.
Yes, we are. I also want to add too that the oils, many of the oils that come from seeds are actually unstable. They're heated at high temperatures, and the molecular bond that holds them together is unstable. And then you put them in a body of 98.6 degrees, and those bonds break, and they're highly oxidative. They destroy your mitochondria.
Y'all hear that? I'm glad, man.
Yeah, that's
hey, you need to take a seat, man. Yeah, okay. This is our next class. You're making me get into my next class now. You heard what she said about these oils, right? Yes. Check this out. Seed oil. All right. Remember I said, seeds. Yeah. Seeds. We eating a lot of seeds. Not only the seeds, no, we eating the oil, right? So these farmers, these industrial farms, they're able to grow excess of this stuff. It's too much of it. So they got to be thinking, okay, what are we going to do with all of this here? We got to come up with a way to sell it to people. So 100 years ago, the first oil that came out on the market was cottonseed oil. They had black people You know what our job was, right? Growing cotton. So it had an excess of seeds now, which were waste material. One of these farmers get a bright idea, let's press it and sell it to people. And they funded the American Heart Association to sign off on it and deceive people, telling us that it's heart healthy. Human beings are not made to be eating all these oils. Those oils are actually machine oils. That's what clogging everybody up. That's why, heart attack, stroke, diabetes, macular degeneration.
Which is another business.
Look, they're clogging us up with these oils.
Petroleum is in the medications.
Man.
Because he said if they don't want my oil, I'm going to feed them the oil.
Exactly.
Iron oxide too, which is highly disruptive to mitochondria as well.
Man, look, listen. The oils are rotten before they put them in the bottle.
That's right.
They're rotten before they put them in the bottle. Oils, right? Okay, like an avocado. Avocado don't have no shelf life. As soon as you cut it, you better use it right away. Right? It starts oxidizing. That's why it starts turning brown. Or like an apple, that's oxidation. When it reacts with oxygen, the deterioration begins. No shelf life. Oils is the exact same way, Oils like seed oils. So when they press that corn oil, it starts going bad immediately. Therefore, the processes that they use to make it have shelf life is they deodorize it. So they have to take the scent out of it to fool you that it ain't stink. That's a process, that they use. They deodorize. All these oils that we use is deodorized, so we don't pick up on the rotten scent. Coconut oil, that's one of the better ones, but still, you got to be careful with it, right? That's one of the better ones, but that don't mean we could go all out on it like how we were doing before, okay? You gotta be careful about this oil, man. It's machine oil. Machine oil. I have a clip on the computer. I might show you later, if we have time, okay? But that oil piece, you got to get rid of oil in your diet. Seriously. And that actually means now that you have to start cooking your own food like 95% of the time. Because you don't go into no restaurant, you don't go into no place where you don't have oil in the food.
I usually cook for myself, and when I go to a restaurant, I can taste the oil. It just makes me sick.
Exactly.
Right away.
Immediately.
Look, man, chips and all of that. I mean, you gotta cut that stuff out. That stuff is deadly, man. Like, seriously.
Yes, it is. You can feel it.
Man,
I
look.
feel it. My body I have a very sensitive body.
And we have to start listening to our bodies, which a lot of people are out of tune with, So we got to, get back in tune. Okay, so hey, we gotta get off of this grass, man. I am not a sheep. I'm not a ruminant animal. And this is what happened. The reasons these became staples is because, if you remember in the Garden of Eden, he was angry at Adam for disobeying him, right? So he drove him out of the garden to punish him. So we were denied access to the tree of life, to the trees of life, which would cause us to live those long lifespans. He wanted to cut our lifespan to 120. So he said, okay, I'm going to hide the mushrooms, and now y'all going to start eating meat and other things. Lifespan drop. Remember I showed you that chart earlier with the lifespan? Pre-flood, right? One of the things that happened in the flood, people don't realize, during the flood, the wicked people died. All the animals died. Everything died, right? The forest also died. Forest died. No mushroom.
Yeah, the land.
No mushroom. They had a mushroom growing on trees, right? They ain't got no forest. You ain't getting mushrooms like
I
that.
think that the mushrooms in the ocean are those corals. I think those are mushrooms now.
They do have fungi in the ocean, but I ain't know about the coral, man. Them things kind of hard like rock. But we got to do some research.
Yeah, guarantee
we got to do some research because I sure have some in there, and they are mushrooms that grow in water. So that's a good point.
Well, that makes sense because the diversity of the ocean is dependent on coral.
Right.
Man.
That plant with water.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, jellyfish look like.
We come up to this awesome slide, right? Okay. Now, let me give you some context about this slide. This is Christopher Hobbs, right? He wrote this book, Medicinal Mushrooms. Now, I'm going to play this clip maybe twice. I want you to listen to his credentials before he says anything.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm going to do this.
Okay, we got sound problems, family. Brother King, Sunata, please check because we don't have any sound at present.
Okay, we're playing a
Clip.
audio clip. One moment.
Family, please be patient. They're working on the sound problem. Thank you.
These are
Please forgive me, guys. What's happening right now is we're trying to get the screen together to play a clip, and we're going to have to take the sound to another level of the temple so that the people who are present at the temple can hear the clip, and as well as you guys can hear the clip. So please apologize for the delay. We'll be with you in one moment. I don't have a.
Oh yeah,
No.
you have a
I'm a master.
different computer.
Yeah, no.
All right.
No. We don't do insert stuff. No. If you can text me, like email me or text me the clip, I can go play it upstairs.
Okay. We're gonna skip that for now. Just to keep the flow going.
That would apply.
Okay, now we'll play locally.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Okay. So continuing on.
So explain that what happened so they understand that we had a conflict with the clipping of audio files, so we're skipping that section for now. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So like I said, the vegan diet, that's a sham. We eating the wrong things, right? Grasses, vegetables, none of that stuff grows on trees. Leaves. I mean, come on, man. We're not cows. So, we got to upgrade. We need the original meat that grows on trees.
He even refers to us as trees in the Bible.
Exactly. It's metaphoric and literal.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay, so.
You are what you eat.
Okay, boosting the immunity of an entire community. This is a key slide here, man. This is a key slide here. Can eating enoki mushrooms lower your cancer risk? So these are the enoki mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, they sell these. I don't know if y'all know where Jumbo is.
Yeah, all international markets have it.
All right.
Yeah.
Go to Jumbo, start getting some packs of these.
Okay.
Look, you want to talk about something delicious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Super delicious, man. This thing way past meat. Way past meat, man. This is one of the mushrooms I absolutely love to eat. Right? Enoki mushrooms, a tasty variety commonly sold in grocery stores, were one of the first mushrooms studied for preventing cancer. Credit for discovering this medical benefit goes in large part to Dr. Aikikawa, a former epidemiologist at the Research Institute of National Cancer Center in Tokyo, Japan. So an epidemiologist, these are scientists who study epidemics, okay? Epidemics is like what killing people. So he studies in depth, like what is killing the people. That's his job at the Cancer Society. So he wondering why the cancer rates in Nagano Prefecture of Japan were abnormally low from 1972 to 1986. So over a 14-year period, these people ain't catching cancer like everybody else. So this doctor, he like, man, you know, like what's going on here, right? Okay. Aikikawa found it was the center of enoki mushroom cultivation. A cluster within the population of Nagano died less frequently from cancer. Enoki mushroom growers and their families. Since many enoki farmers gave their employees the bruised or blemished mushrooms that were deemed unattractive to shoppers, these Nagano citizens ate far more enoki mushrooms than their neighbors. Dr. Aikikawa surmised that the higher rate of enoki mushroom consumption directly correlated with lower cancer death rates. I eat that all the time. I want to eat that every day of my life.
How do you eat it?
You cook it like meat. Yeah, you cook it like meat, man. You season it up any way you want, just like you were cooking meat. You know, just don't use the oil. And then the bomb. And yes.
There's a great way to make it. If you do like the one pot, you do a broth and just like saute with some onions and garlic.
Wow, sounds delicious.
Y'all had it?
Yes.
No oil.
No oil.
Yeah, you don't need
No
oil. And you know what's a good substitute for oil? Coconut milk. Coconut milk is the bomb, man. You're not going to miss oil. Coconut milk.
Yeah, coconut.
Especially if you make it yourself. Especially if you make it yourself fresh. Man, it's not like it. I do not like cooking without it. I keep coconuts around all the time. I'll tell you another story. When I was just a little clip, I was in Tanzania a couple years back. I drank coconut water for 4 months straight without drinking regular water. It was fantastic.
That's a beautiful privilege.
Yeah, olive oil costs $30 now, so thank you.
Yeah, and most of the olive oil is fake, actually, because that's a business.
Yeah, it's not even olive oil.
Yeah. Okay, so
It's machine oil. I'm sorry.
Machine oil, exactly. That's for cars and stuff. Okay, so you know, men's cancer rate decreased by 36%, women by 42%. Right? That's significant, you know.
Significant.
And all you do is eating mushroom that tastes good.
Right.
Man, get out. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Right? Such research could support the widespread theory held by many mycologists and physicians that increased mushroom consumption can lower cancer fatality rates. Chinese researchers found that 3 unique beta-glucans, that's the medicinal compounds in the mushrooms, induce a significant increase in cellular nitric oxide. I mean, that's some scientific jargon just to say they're killing the cancer, okay?
Right.
This is the bomb.
So
This is the bomb.
That statement right there about the nitric oxide production,
Mm-hmm.
that lets you know that that food is essential for the mitochondria production of our cells.
All right.
Because the Krebs cycle has everything to do with that.
Hey, excellent, man. I'm glad we got a co-scientist right there, you know, explaining some of these terms, right? And the bottom line, man, we got to eat these things, right? Enhancement of these type of immune response is seen consistently with many medicinal mushrooms that have been tested by cancer researchers, right? And Yah will raise up for them a plant of renown. They shall no more be consumed with hunger in the land, right? Plants of renown. This is what we designed to eat, right? And like I said, you're seeing the evidence now, right? You're seeing the evidence. People don't eat in mushrooms, and man, they're beating all these diseases. You know, they're beating all these diseases, and it's in harmony with what our Creator told us to eat of trees. Where these things growing on trees, man, right? We're supposed to be eating from trees. Invulnerable, incapable of getting sick, not liable to be physically hurt or damaged. The presence of mushrooms in the diet makes man invulnerable to disease. The absence of disease will be a phenomenon common only to fungivores. We gotta start eating these things all the time, right? Fungi are wide spectrum medicine. What makes them so powerful? Yes.
So as a fungivore, you eat mushrooms and fruits.
Or you just only mushrooms?
No. You're eating fruits, mushrooms and fruits and vegetables. But what happens now, this is the problem.
The mushroom becomes your main staple.
Exactly. The mushrooms is the main course. You eating primarily mushrooms. Like you might have a plate, it's 75% mushroom, 25% vegetables. Instead of 25% vegetables. I mean 75% vegetables and 10% mushrooms every other week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or every other month. You know, we're supposed to be eating. We were commanded to eat them. You know?
Right.
Commanded. You have to think about that. And who commanded us to eat them? Right? Our Creator, who designed this body, and He knows about it more than anybody else. More than any author who write any best-selling book on New York Times. You know, I mean, he knows what's up. I listening to him, man. During that time, men were living to 900 years. That's why he's shooting for. Right? Vulnerable, susceptible to illness, receiving wounds or physical injury. The absence of mushrooms in the diet makes man vulnerable to disease. Right? These diseases are common to carnivores and vegans now. Like I said, vegans, at best, you may be pushing it back. You know, delaying the onset of disease, but it ain't curing them. And this is what we need to be on. Right?
Mushroom.
Yeah. We're gonna get back to these videos after we close out from the visual presentation. These are some serious videos that you got to see. Clips from experts in the field, right? So studying, cultivating, foraging, and eating fungi is an overriding national priority. This is literally a critical and essential key in our life support system, underpinning the health of all people, irrespective of person. Refusal to eat of trees, aka mushrooms, is self-imposed death sentence, which we have already been serving for 6,000 years. We already been doing that. I mean, the whole problem from the beginning is disobedience, right? Adam, he don't want to listen to his Creator. Subsequent generations, we're the same. We don't want to listen to our Creator. Our Creator said, eat from trees, man. You're supposed to be eating mushrooms and living a long time, perfect health. Not all these stupid diseases. You know, we designed, man, this body is strong. We designed to live hundreds of years, just like a tree.
And happy.
Yeah. You know, man, even those he got the psychedelic mushrooms to make us happy. You know, we just catching wind of that. Right? So, you know, we got to enter this space now. We have to enter this space, and not just as consumers, right? Naturally, we want to be consumers, you know, we want to eat mushrooms on a regular basis, but like I said, it's kind of expensive to do that unless you're wealthy, right? So it's even an economic opportunity for those who want to get involved to start growing mushroom. Cause these things trending now, man. Lion's mane, turkey tail, reishi, these things are trending now. And they're expensive.
Lion's mane, yeah, this was $40, I think.
I'm telling you, you know, so there's a major business opportunity. You don't even need a lot of space to grow them. You know, you don't even need a lot of space to grow them. You know, it's some technical expertise, but look, I read a book and I learned how to do it. And I was successful the very first time. And I grew pounds of this stuff.
It's in you already.
Yeah. I mean, it's in all of us. This is what all of us, look, we were commanded to do it.
Exactly.
This is for everybody.
It's written on the heart.
Right? There's a lot of videos on YouTube, instruction videos showing you the ins and outs in detail. You know, a lot of free ebooks. So, you know, we got to get busy, like how these Asians getting busy with it. You know, and Asians know about it. It's our turn now.
Yes.
You know, because we need it. Like I said, Black people in particular, we is the one that catching all these cancers more than any other race.
Yes, we are.
So we have the most serious need of anybody on earth to protect ourselves. And we don't, you know, I mean, like I said, the first step, yes, go to the Asian market. But we got to be able to produce our own medicine ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Yeah, man. I mean, I hate on nobody, but our medicine has to be coming from our hands.
Exactly.
You know, where we control it. And it ain't priced out of range. Exactly. And somebody ain't taking advantage of us because they know how to grow it and they know we need it. So they're going to jack the price up. You know what I mean? We dealing with that.
Well, that goes back to the premise that we practice here about states of sovereignty and being sovereign and having more control over your own dominion of self.
Precisely. You know, medicinal sovereignty. We have to produce our own medicine. That can't be in the hands of somebody else. That's our responsibility for our people. In every nation, in every nation, that's fundamental. I got to run to another nation to get my medicines. I mean, that put me at a disadvantage out the gate. He can sell me anything he wants. Even that's a wartime vulnerability. You know what I mean? If he don't want to give me the medicine, or he run out of it,
Exactly.
that means my whole nation vulnerable, me I'm vulnerable. Yes. What I'm gonna do? Cry? Nah, man, I grow in them.
Yes.
Yeah, I grow in them, man. Yeah, I mean this is our life now.
No, it's a lifeline. I'm with you.
Yeah, so this is serious, right? Road to immortality. Veganism, like I said, that ain't moved the needle in lifespan.
Oh.
It has not moved the needle. We got to be real. All right? So fungivore now. Now we're seeing something that has the potential to put us into the state of being that we need to be in. We're supposed to be aging gracefully. Perfect health. We getting older, but that don't mean you're dying. That don't mean you're dying and degenerating. Yeah, man. Okay, so like I say, man, I'm so passionate about this. This is equipment I started off with when I was in Kenya. This is a wardrobe, right?
Oh, right.
I mean, this thing was like cheap, maybe like $20 or something like that. Because I read the book, I try to understand like how I could grow these mushrooms in my apartment. In a closet. In an apartment, because I mean, got no space, So, man, I get a humidifier, some equipment. This is what I started off with. And, man, I grew these in 29 days, man. I grew these in 29 days. You see that?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. The first time I tried, it worked, man. That's fantastic. So I fed my whole community, every member of our community in Kenya, which is probably like 30 families. The man get mushrooms. They go in a closet. In a closet. Listen.
That's a
man, they harvest kilos out of it. Yeah, man.
That's what that is.
Yeah, man.
Well, we have a space downstairs dedicated for this.
Hey, hallelujah. We're going to utilize this space. Right? So this is some more equipment I got. I got a machine to chop straw. This is the chopped straw in some bags that I soak in this drum to sterilize them. And then you stuff it in the buckets and then you add this. This is called grain spawn. That's the mycelium, right? Which is the roots of the mushroom. So you put this in a bucket and I have holes drilled in the bucket. A couple weeks later, the mushrooms popping out there, man. That's my hand. Wow. Yeah, you see this? That's my growth thing. You see that? I mean, that's just a portable wardrobe, man. Nothing. Even if you could wear them outside. Right?
So they never catch sunlight, correct?
No. But they do need some light. You see, like I have these lights, some LED lights running in there. Because they orient themselves to the light.
Yeah.
They're not dependent on light for photosynthesis, but they still use it.
To how to go up.
They know which direction, how to orient themselves.
Have you thought about putting a copper coil in the soil?
Yeah.
Nah. I mean, I got to investigate this. That's the second time you talk about copper. So I got to check that out.
The copper coil will do it.
Yeah. I was just thinking about yielding more.
It'll make it flop.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing that they say makes it yield more is electricity.
Well, that's
because you like this mycelium. You see, like this is the straw, right?
Right.
So this is when it's fruiting, right? It's ready now. So you go shock that with like a stun gun and send electricity to it, and it will yield like double. Because they find in places where lightning strikes, it's more mushrooms there because of the electricity.
Oh, look at that.
Man, this thing is serious, man. Imagine how much energy that have in it. It grows on a tree plus lightning. Woo! I mean,
the other way too is because they have a high water content, you could easily write words of affirmation and slip it underneath the bucket because there's an imprint. Yeah.
Definitely, man. You go talk to them, man.
Yeah.
They're breathing the same oxygen as you.
So we can be on the
They're sharing
mushroom team.
oxygen with them.
Heidi, we can be on the mushroom team together.
So
I'm down.
yeah, man. So
we can grow them here and there.
Everywhere.
Man, look, man, this thing is amazing, man.
So it's all about abundance.
I grew psychedelic mushrooms too. And when you order the cultures online, you get a syringe, right? This is called liquid culture. So the strain of the mushroom that you're trying to grow is in these syringes. And these syringes, they cost like about $20 a piece.
Okay.
You know, when you buy like 5 of them, it'll be like $15.
Right.
And then what you do is you inject this syringe into another jar with water with a specific ratio of honey, like 2% honey, 2 to 5% honey, and then it starts to grow in there. So then you can fill like multiple syringes. And then from there, what you do next is you put it into grain, bottles with grain. Like you can use popcorn, wheat, and it grows over the grain. Then you get your substrate ready, what the mushrooms are going to grow on. In this case, it's straw. And then you put this in here, and then it starts to grow. And then it starts to fruit, man. And you harvest in mushroom. That's really the process in a nutshell. It's awesome, man. It's awesome. You know, these are mushrooms I grow. That's my daughter. Holding mushrooms. That's the bottle of grains. This is the liquid culture. You have to sterilize them first in a pressure cooker to heat it, to make sure they have no competing organisms in there. Then after that, you inject the syringe into here. Then you see it start getting cloudy on the inside. Then you inject it into this. Then it starts growing white, the mycelium. And like I said, from there, that's when you're putting it in the bags with the straw. And then the mushrooms popping out. And then you harvest it multiple times. You know? You're not just harvesting one time. You get like 3-4 times. They continuing to pop out. Yeah, but it's an amazing process, man. So growing mushrooms achieves 3 things. Economic security, because you're producing and selling food. Food security, you're growing the fastest crops, right? Independently. You don't got to rely on nobody. It's the fastest growing thing, depending on the species. Medicinal security, this is something people don't even talk about. That's right. You got to grow your own medicine, right? I ain't going to big pharma to get a bunch of side effects. You know, try and cure one thing. Next thing you know, I arrested with a whole bunch of problems. Right? I just need to listen to what y'all said. Hey, let me just eat some mushrooms. I don't get these problems to begin with. So this is key, man. Food security, medicinal security, right? They dry readily for long-term storage. So you don't waste nothing, right? Even if you can't sell all of it or move all of it, you dry it in a dehydrator. I mean, it shelf life, you know, year, 2 years, no problem, right? Inexpensive inputs, waste streams such as straw and sawdust are used. So when you're growing them on, it's cheap, right? You're growing them on waste. You know what I mean? Straw, man, it was so inexpensive. You know, inexpensive inputs, small space requirements. You don't even need no big space. You get a lot of this stuff, man. A lot, right?
Win. Another thought, and to sum up your 3 highlights, considering all of the conversation about possible food shortage.
That's what I was thinking the same thing.
You have just resolved.
Yes, resolved it.
Man, this is critical. It's the answer. It checks every box.
It checks every box.
It checks every box. I mean, it does like.
It
I mean, it does like a no-brainer.
Yes.
You know, you're making money. You're making medicine. You're making food all in one. You know, and the best.
And you're keeping the commandments.
And you can make. Hey, look, man. What better than that? And it tastes good.
Yeah.
Right.
And it tastes good.
Those are all the things that are visual, right? You're not even seeing what's happening energetically.
Exactly. Man, look, man. It's the ultimate to me, man. Like, I'm blown.
And you can move up all around the world with this.
Yes, you can go
Definitely.
anywhere.
This is a portable
It's
skill.
a portable business.
Man.
If you backpack, you can throw it in your backpack.
Look, man, you and not only that, you know, you training now. You teaching people about it.
Oh
Everybody need it, man.
my.
And then they have the medicine inside of it. So while I was there, you know, they got these grow kits. You know, some people using them for growing a variety of things. Some people grow marijuana and then a whole bunch of different type of plants. So you know, I got a couple of them. I'm gonna mute it. All right, but I'm gonna show the video clip anyway. I did a fundraiser over there. We got 3 of these, and man, we growing mushrooms in them, man. That's how it is when it's empty. You get a humidifier, you know, so I bought some humidifiers, and hey, you see what happening? You know, I teach myself with a book, man. I had no formal training. Yeah. Man, this ain't easy, man. This ain't nothing to it. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Man, it is awesome, man. Y'all could do it, man. I could give you the books.
How big is that?
4 feet by 8 feet.
4 feet by 8 feet. I'm gonna measure my space.
Yeah,
Okay.
4 feet by 8 feet, man.
Okay.
And I mean, you're getting like a lot.
You can get 3.
You're getting a lot.
I'm gonna put that in.
And you could grow, and you could grow your own psychedelics, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you go back when you're ready to the previous slides?
Yeah.
What was that?
That
The coil, was that like for you to get oxygen into the environment?
Yeah, exactly. Because they breathe in, oysters in particular, they need a lot of airflow to grow properly. So, you know, I had a fan, you know, for intake, bringing air in from outside and to push the carbon dioxide outside. They need fresh air, you know. And you could grow them outside now. Man, before I left, lastly, something great that I learned, I started growing up outside. I mean, these is good still now, right? But I was even growing them outside, man. Depending on the climate, you know, the time of year, you could grow them outside too. With no heavy overhead with equipment and stuff like that, no electricity. I had it growing outside, man.
What?
Yeah.
You just need a humidifier, you don't even need that.
You need a humidifier?
Yeah. Yeah, man. So this is how people doing it. They're using these containers to grow them.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's a viable business. You know, that's like a super business, man. You could go like a lot of this stuff. You know, easy. You get one of these containers. You know, set it up with, you know, the AC, the airflow, some shelves. I mean, you got ample room, and you see all of that.
Yeah.
You know, and you get in most of this stuff. Like I said, this is waste material. That's straw that you getting. Like you can get sawdust, super inexpensive. You know what I mean?
And that's a plastic bag.
So that's acting
that's a plastic bag, brother.
That's acting as the soil.
Exactly. Called substrate. That's the scientific term for rich substrate. That's what the mushrooms grow out of. Okay. And you harvest it multiple times.
Yeah,
not once.
Sure, the sawdust though isn't chemically treated, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, you want to source your material properly. You know, to make sure you got some good stuff. Yeah, man.
Let's be mushroom growers, guys.
So, look, man, it's a lot of potential.
Oh.
It's a lot of potential. That's my daughter there. You know, this is the grain spawn. You know, that's my hand. Like I said, I mean, I transform my house into that's the liquid culture. You know, the syringes. I mean, look, man, we were doing it.
And you teach.
I'm planning to do it again. Yeah.
Man. She's gonna take it to another level.
Definitely. I mean, that's the idea.
That's the idea, yeah.
You know,
Do you
so
have the links for how to purchase this stuff and where to
yeah, definitely. Oh, and my contact information is on the desk. Okay. So just shoot me an email and I'll send you some resources. Okay. Right? So right, achieving perfect health, man. I mean, the bottom line is okay. I want everybody in here who have cell phones to raise their hand. Who have a mobile phone?
Okay.
Anybody have a mobile phone? Okay. Now, if you have a mobile phone, right, it has to be daily plugged into an energy source, right?
Yeah.
You have to plug it in. Like I have a phone. It would be ridiculous to buy this and I never plug it in. That would be ridiculous, right? Like absolutely ridiculous if I didn't plug in my cell phone. I'm cut off from my networks. I'm cut off from Cash App, right? Email, phone calls. I'm dead, right? The phone is dead and my communication dies, right? I can't get access to the information and the people and the energy, right? Of people calling me like Dr. Sonata, right? So it would be ridiculous to not charge this, right? Okay, so human beings, it's ridiculous for us not to be plugged into our designer. It's ridiculous. And his instructions, it's ridiculous. We're gonna die. Just like the phone dies not being plugged into its source, we die not being plugged into the commandments. How are we gonna not eat what God said to eat and expect to live and be healthy? You can't do it, right?
Hallelujah.
I mean, look, man, this Bible got secrets. And I know a lot of people, the book is difficult to understand.
It's full of
right? And it's been used as a tool against us. It's been actually weaponized against us. So I know a lot of people are adverse to it. However, taught from the proper perspective, is some keys in here. Okay? And I hope you realize and understand the significance of these keys that were shared with you tonight, man. This is serious. This is serious. Right? There's some keys in here, man. We got to follow the instructions of our designer. Who knows better? How you gonna be unplugged from your designer? Just like the phone, you're dead. Right? We know all this stuff that man telling us, you know, and you know, these people that guiding us, like for instance, we got the Sabies, we got the Lila Africans, you know, it's a lot of people, Queen Afua, they're genuine and they're pushing us in the right direction now, but we have to elevate still, okay? We still got to go higher than that, you know, men is men, okay? And we respect men and we honor men, but yeah, that's another level, man. God is the next level. And his instructions is what I want to know and follow. Absolutely. Right? Because we see the failures of us following men. You know, we following all these false doctrines and sick and dying. You know, they don't work. These people just capitalizing off of us. Veganism is a money maker for these companies. Selling all these expensive supplements that ain't serving us. I mean, what you call it? Chlorella and spirulina and I mean wheatgrass juice. I mean even organic now. Right? Like organic vegetables. You could be eating perfectly organic. It's still a vegetable. It's not designed to give you the power. You're still getting 3 months worth of power instead of power from a tree.
And you don't even know if you're getting 3 months now.
Exactly. You know, exactly, man. You can eat as organic as you want to be drinking with grass, all these juices and stuff like that.
I did it.
Hey, look, man, it don't work. It don't work.
A little bit small, but other than that.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go obesity for the most part.
Right. That's
you know, but beyond that, like I said, you know, we still get the same diseases. At best, we delaying the onset of disease. So, you know, we got to elevate our consciousness and begin eating the mushrooms, man. Even if you're not into the Bible, even if you don't believe in these scriptures and stuff like that, even the scientific documentation itself is something to take note of. Okay? I know everybody not on the same frequency with the scriptures, right? Like I said, it's difficult to understand for most people.
They're difficult to understand. You have to have the Holy Spirit.
Exactly. And you have to.
If you don't have the Holy Spirit, she's not, or he's not, or whatever you want to say. The Spirit is not going to guide you.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
It's not.
It's like, let me tell you about this book.
If you're living in your personality and not in your heart.
That's true. You know, and this book is for chosen people, man. Most people don't understand the book. Even if you understand English now, even if you understand English perfectly, you could read it, you ain't getting it.
Yep.
You know, you ain't getting it. This is something that's revealed to special people. That's how it's always been. Like when Yeshua, who they call Jesus, when he came on the scene, he was at war with the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Right? Absolutely. And they were the scholars now. They were like the elite level men at that time. They were like the priests. And he would put them in their place all the time. You know? So this is something that's revealed to special people. And I've been blessed that I had some really fantastic teachers who were able to understand a little bit of it and share it with you. Okay. So, but like I said, even beyond the scriptural references, which is the highest authority, you know, even the scientific data itself, you know, is a serious testimony of the power of these mushrooms, man. You know, that we have to begin using. In addition to that, listen. We, in this 21st century, we cannot eat exclusively for nutritional purposes, right? To keep the body functioning. We can't just eat based on nutrition. The science of nutrition is what has been cast upon us as like the most important thing. You know, like this has this amount of vitamin C. This has this amount of vitamin B. This has this amount of vitamin A, right? This has this amount of minerals, right? All these numbers they're calculating. They have it on the box of the packaging, talking about how much vitamins and minerals they have in it, right? And they're measuring this stuff and quantifying it and selling it to us, being something that we should consider when we're eating. that don't work. It's not enough. What we need to start focusing on is medicinal requirements. Okay? Because the reason I say it's not just enough to follow nutrition or nutritional needs is because we live in a chemical warfare world. This is chemical warfare. We're under serious assault from chemicals in the plastic, airborne, in the food, products that we use in our household. I mean, soaps, toilet paper, feminine pads, deodorants. I mean, lotions, shampoo. All that stuff is chemical. That's in the next class, skin consciousness, right? Now, if you just focus in on nutrition, the nutritional requirements of the body, that's not going to be enough to counteract all them chemicals, right? So we have to focus on medicinal foods, man, and incorporate them in our daily bread. That have to be our daily bread. Other than that, you're getting cancer for sure. Most people in a comorbid state already,
Yes.
which means they have multiple diseases in them already, but they haven't become terminal yet. Like, for example, most men actually in the United States and Europe, most of them have prostate cancer. I'm talking like upwards of 95%.
I agree.
But that might not kill them because something else kills them first. You could have prostate cancer, right? But you have a heart attack or a stroke first.
Right.
That didn't mean you was not eventually going to get it. But that wasn't just the disease that killed you, but it was still inside of you developing,
Absolutely.
right? Simultaneously with other diseases. That's called comorbidity. Most people have multiple diseases in them because what? Their immune system is off. Completely off because they need mushrooms which support immunomodulatory functions in the body, right? So now we counteracting all of that now. So we need the ultimate food.
Mushrooms.
Hey, it's the best, man.
May I add
the best.
something too? Just talking about everything that you're saying, like the microbiome of the gut is supposed to be diverse, and when we eat, you know, the foods that we're eating, we actually shut down the capacity for light synthesis and regulation. All of the microbiome, the different colonies that are set up, they emit light frequency, which is necessary to signal to the organs. Each organ emits its own light within the darkness. So when that's shut down, you're not having communication, and we are light dependent. So what you said about us needing food, just a small percentage, we actually need to be able to metabolize light.
Man, that's key, man. I mean, look, all these things are significant factors in our overall health, man.
Yeah.
Like that gut biome, they say that's our next brain. That's like a secondary brain.
Secondary first brain.
Yeah.
First, yeah.
And that's why, you know, you get like that gut sense.
Yeah.
You know, man, look, this thing is serious, and the mushrooms support that, you know, in a big way. Fungi in the gut, man, it replenishes it, you know, to a great degree, and that's how we're gonna erase a lot of this candida and stuff like that, you know.
So what do you do for someone who has sensitivity to things like mushrooms because they have too much of a mold in their body that is foreign to what it should be? How do you slowly introduce them to desensitize?
That's a good question. No, you have people that's allergic to mushrooms. I don't know how to answer that question. Right? That's something that I mean, it's like a very specific case. You know, I'm not a doctor. You know, I mean, I ain't claiming to be. I know some things, but I know all things. But that's something they're gonna have to seek out. But one thing is that like for example, a person could have a candida overgrowth, right?
Yeah.
Which is that's a fungal problem in their body.
Yeah.
Right? Now, it would seem like if they're eating a diet high in mushrooms, that would exacerbate the problem. That's actually not true. Because although mushrooms are fungus, they're also antifungal because they have components in them to fight against other mushrooms that they're growing against in the wild.
So it's die-off that they're experiencing.
That's a component of it, you know. So in some mushrooms that a person with candida, they could still eat other mushrooms that would assist in dealing with the candida overgrowth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like all mushrooms is off the table because you have candida. It's some of them that could treat that because they have antifungal components in them.
So what you're saying is someone's symptoms that they're experiencing is actually the countering of the more medicinal side of mushroom. It's overtaking the negative overgrowth, and then they're experiencing a symptom, which doesn't necessarily mean you stop. It just means that it's detoxifying it.
That's something too. You know, that's a key point. Like you get a like a detox reaction, you know, which signals you might feel sicker initially, but that's actually the body trying to rectify itself. You know, but you know, though in those cases, people still have to, you know, consult. Like, that's why we had a disclaimer. You know, they would have to consult their professionals, you know, in those fields, so they could get the proper help that they need. If something is like that's serious and that's specific, right? All right, so yeah, we got the change, man. Metamorphosis.
Yes, we do.
Every time I see a butterfly, I'm reminded of transformation.
Me too.
You know, I think about it all the time. I love butterflies. When I went to the Kakamega forest, they got like 400 species. Yeah, and like 300 species of birds or something. And when I went on my walk, they were escorting me. They were flying all around my feet, man. It was so beautiful. You know, man, I can't wait to go back, man. I want to move into the forest. Actually, I'm serious, you know.
No,
right
I'm
now,
serious with you.
look, man.
You got some forests over here?
Hey, come on, let's go, my son. Man, the forest is my favorite place. Like when I walk around or when I'm in cars driving, I'm always looking in the forest, man. Like just fascinated by it. Can't wait to get back in it. You see all the mushrooms I harvested and ate. I'm like, man, that's the original supermarket. That's the original supermarket and pharmacy.
That's the wilderness.
Man, it is so blessed. I love walking around in there.
I love the picture too, how it starts off with the caterpillar at the bottom and then work itself all the way around.
Yeah.
So the beautiful butterfly.
The process.
Man, look, and that's what we have to do.
That's our bodies, right?
You know, that's our minds. I mean, that's what we have to go through. We have to elevate to the next level, man. We got to take it to the next level.
Angel wings.
Definitely. You know, all of that. You know, we have to elevate. You know, we have to realize that the current state of affairs, man, this is death in the world.
Yes, it is.
Premature death. You know, we dying at young ages, man. Even it's a phenomenon now. I don't know if y'all notice it. Men are graying far earlier in their lives. People getting gray like at 30 years old, 40 years old. Like totally gray. Man, I was in Kenya a few months ago. This brother came to visit, right, for his first time in Africa. And we asked him his age, right? He said like 40, like he wasn't even 45, like 42 or something like that. He was totally gray, like totally white, right? Mustache and beard, 100%, you know. Man, I was like, yo, and I've been noticing it for some years now. Something is happening here. Something is happening here that's killing the people, man. Very prematurely, you know. So, you know, I have some other things I'm gonna say in the next class relative to that. How we gonna deal with that situation?
So we gotta stay tuned.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more, but something's going on here, man. You know, seriously. So we need an ultimate defense to protect our bodies, and these mushrooms is a big part of it. Okay, and you know, we got to change, man. We got to change. People ain't used to this, but step by step, you know, you have to start integrating them more and more into your diet, and you're gonna love it.
Yeah, well, once two people see you living it and see you walking it, it's gonna naturally, it's just gonna either, it's just like anything. If you see something that's good happening, you're either gonna walk in that goodness or you're gonna walk away from the goodness.
Man,
it's just as simple as it is.
Exactly. You know, many are called, few are chosen. And
Absolutely.
The proof is in the pudding. If you're going to be the light, this exactly. You might be that one that's chosen.
Exactly, man.
That's what chosen really means.
Yeah.
Not by chance, we're all sitting.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is our next class that I'm gonna be bringing. This is part 1 actually. You're getting part 2. This is not the first class.
Oh, okay.
This is a serious class here. Most people are committing suicide on a daily with common household practices and routines. Toilet paper is toxic, like I said before. That's what causes prostate cancer. Feminine pads is what causes uterine fibroids, UTI, chronic UTI, and a lot of other chronic conditions that eventually lead to cervical cancer. Okay, so man, y'all got to stop using that stuff immediately, right? And get into the washable pads, the menstrual cups, any alternative, but don't use those pads, okay? Even the pads that say 100% organic cotton,
No,
that's a lie.
it's a lie.
Okay, it's a lie because the central layer of the pad is made out of something called superacrylic polymer, which is the powder that absorbs the fluid.
You can smell it.
Man, look, the people that work in the factory that make that powder, they get fibroids in their lungs.
Oh.
Immediately. So imagine you put it on your womb every day, you have to get sick. And it's more common among Black women than any other race. So us in particular, you gotta be super careful, okay? Tell your whole family immediately, you know, and this is the problem. Even when you stop using those products, that don't mean the problem stops. Because we've been already using it for decades. So you want to stop immediately and then definitely get yourself on mushrooms because mushrooms, they shrink the tumors. Okay?
That's what I saw.
Because you know, when people get fibroid surgery, they grow back.
Yes.
You know, because the stupid doctors, they ain't telling the people what the source of the issue is.
Exactly. I used to do hair, like I do hair sometimes.
You still do?
Okay. So,
Mhm.
so I teach the women, they go in gray, and I'm like, embrace it. And it's like, no, do color. And I just had to tell them, I don't do color anymore. I don't want that around me. I don't want that in my system because it's going on me more so because I'm putting it in there and it's coming right in my nose into my system. And I told them, I can't do color anymore.
Man.
And I was like, embrace it. It's beautiful. And most women, either they stop coming to me or they's like, okay, you're right. I'm going to do it. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm not going to do it. I'm not, because it's so toxic. I don't care if they say, oh, it's organic.
Well,
it's
there's
better. Just if you go in gray,
Just
try to
wordplay.
modify your diet, do something to, you know, bring the nutrients back into your diet, but that's not going to solve it. It thins out the hair. And not only that, it kills you. It
kills you directly. All that perm.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
perm
they
stuff they
show
put.
that.
So,
They did a brain thing and showed that.
you're definitely getting dementia.
Yes.
You're definitely
I mean, even I
getting
was a
dementia.
natural hairstylist, and they want color, and I'm like, I'm not doing color.
Man,
It's not.
listen, we're in this world of products and false beauty standards.
Yes.
And killing ourselves for that.
Exactly.
I mean, you're
Killing
gonna be in
ourselves for that.
something.
You're
should
not
be
the
a
body, you're a spirit.
You're a teacher. So
Man.
I'm
Go
a
to the whole
teacher,
thing.
and I have gray around here, and I embrace it. I'm
I
like,
do too. I take
I'm
it all.
54, honey. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm embracing everything I do. So I show them the example of who I am, so
That's
you can,
right.
so they can walk
Embrace
as they
it.
walk.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm not doing color. You don't
Awesome.
need color.
Awesome.
The men gonna love you anyway.
Yeah, man, we need to
Yeah.
strip off this stuff.
Right.
We need to strip off all this stuff, man, because we're killing
We do.
ourselves to achieve
Big
these false
time.
standards.
Yes.
You know, and man, it doesn't ain't worth it.
They momentary.
You know, I mean, transitory.
So momentary.
You know, just fads. I mean, killing ourselves.
Exactly.
I mean, come on, man. So, you know, we got to elevate. That's what this metamorphosis slide was about. You know, we got to get past all that stuff. We're mature now. We know what life is really about. And we have to begin resonating at a different frequency.
Yes.
You know, we're not a lower frequency anymore. You know, we're in the high chakra
No,
zones.
we are,
Yeah, you know, butterfly style
Age of
transformation.
Aquarius, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, man. Yeah, so that's it for now. We can get ready to conclude. Yeah, man. Hey, it's an honor to share it. I'm just grateful to share the
Thank you
information
for
with
sharing
a receptive audience. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
man.
letting y'all use you.
Hey, hallelujah, man. That's what we're here for.
Hallelujah.
You know, to be our brothers and sisters, keeper.
Yes.
You know, and man, thanks for the feedback. You know, and your engagement in it, and just start the process, man. My contact information is
I
there.
sent you an email already.
Okay, excellent.
That's how serious I am.
Excellent, excellent, man.
Yes.
Cause you know, gotta get the ball rolling. You know, I'll answer your questions.
Yes.
And you know, I have some
Are these
reishi.
books for us to take right here? Or no?
They're for sale
Oh,
actually.
they are for sale.
Yeah, that's a $20 donation. And the medicine that I have, those are $35 if you want any. Yeah. So yeah, man, just all the best on your health journey.
let the audience know, like, if they want to get the medicine from you who are not
Okay.
physical, how would they do that?
For those who want the medicine, you can get it right here at Temple Mother Earth. We're gonna have some here. Also, the book is gonna be available here. And on my website, my contact information is right there. So you can get in contact with me directly, and I'll be able to send you the book or the medicine.
Or you can go online to the ministryofdivinemycology.com.
Yeah, man. So, hey, all the best on your health journeys. You know, thank you for your time. And hey, this is genuine information.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and more so than my voice or coming from me. This is actually, it has nothing to do with me. Okay? This is what Yah commanded from the beginning for all men. Right? We just been misinterpreting what it meant. We didn't know the full scope of what eating from trees meant. This is what he said from the beginning. Okay? And now, seeing the spread of disease all over this earth and what's been killing us and our families, we just have to take the appropriate steps, you know, and elevate to the next level and just return to the original commandment.
That's right.
Eat from trees. If you want to live long like a tree, eat from a tree. Yeah. That's what they're designed to produce.
And love on a tree too.
Exactly. You know, I mean, hey, it's really simple actually. So, hallelujah. And stick around for those who have. I still got some clips to show you, some serious clips.
All right.
And for those online, we'll have those for you the next time. Okay. So thank you so much. Dr. Sunyata, you want to take over for right now?
I just want to say peace and blessings to everyone, and thank you, all of you who are physically here, and thank to all of you who are online. And we're looking forward to the next presentation, and we'll let everybody know. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, one more thing. It's off already?
No, bro. Still going.
All right. Now, this is part 2 of the Trinity series. Now, I'm gonna blow you away here.
Too late.
Right.
Message.
This is part 2.
Yeah.
Right, this is part 2 of the Trinity series.
Yeah.
I haven't even opened my mouth yet, man. This is whispering.
Ah.
I have some way more serious classes than this.
Okay.
This is the intro. Right? This is kindergarten level information. I got some more crucial information to share with you. All right? In the follow-up classes. Stay tuned.
I'm tuned.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.